Today we're diving into an absolute giant of science communication, Carl Sagan's legendary 1980 book Cosmos. Now this is a book with an ambition as massive as its subject matter. It literally tries to hold the entire universe between two covers. So the big question is, how on earth did he pull it off?
Right? That's the real question. It sounds completely impossible. But you see, Sagan's grand vision was never about just listing off a bunch of facts. It was about weaving this incredible story of cosmic discovery that made you and me and everyone feel like a part of it.
So to really get what this book is all about, you've got to know where it came from. Its origin story is pretty unique, and it's directly tied to another groundbreaking piece of media from the same time. Cosmos, the book, was actually written as a partner to Sagan's revolutionary 1980 TV show Cosmos: A Personal Voyage. This wasn't just some afterthought merchandise either. It was designed from the very beginning to give viewers a deeper, richer, more detailed journey into all the ideas they were seeing on screen. And the connection between the two is incredibly direct. I mean, the book has exactly 13 chapters. And, you guessed it, each one corresponds perfectly to one of the 13 episodes of the TV show. It's a perfect mirror, designed to expand on the series. Okay, so now we know how the book was structured. Let's get into the absolutely mind-blowing breadth of knowledge that Sagan managed to pack into those pages. It's a lot. Just look at this list. This was never, ever just an astronomy book. Sagan was a master at connecting the dots between the stars and, well, us. He covers everything from the Big Bang to the evolution of life right here on Earth. But what's so brilliant is how he does it. For instance, he doesn't just talk about the history of science, he takes you to the ancient library of Alexandria, makes you feel its grandeur, and then helps you mourn its loss. You really feel how destroying knowledge is this deep tragedy for all of humanity. It's a truly interdisciplinary masterpiece. You see, by weaving together so many different fields, Cosmos becomes something much more than a book. It's like a perspective machine. It fundamentally shifts your viewpoint and helps you see our tiny, precious place in the grand cosmic scheme of things. And that approach brings us right to the very heart of what makes Cosmos so special, and why people still love it so many decades later. It all comes down to its unique and really powerful narrative style. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Sagan isn't just lecturing you with facts, he's inviting you into a conversation. He blends the hard science with his deep sense of poetry and philosophy. He wants you to feel the wonder of it all, not just memorize the numbers. And you can really think of the book as having these two sides to its personality. On one hand, you've got the solid scientific rigor, the facts, the data, the explanations. But on the other hand, you have this profound, poetic reflection. It's filled with wonder, humility, and metaphors that make the whole vastness of space feel personal and deeply moving. And this is his secret sauce, his magic formula. He starts with the facts, like, say, the laws of planetary motion, but then he connects it to the messy, human story behind it all. He tells us about Johannes Kepler and his struggles, his spiritual quests, and by doing that, he achieves the final, most important step. He inspires pure awe. He makes you realize that science isn't some cold set of rules, it's a passionate, human story of discovery. Okay, let's be real. The book came out in 1980, so why are we still talking about it today? Well, let's explore the incredible legacy of Cosmos and why it's just as relevant as ever. I mean, the impact was immediate, and it's been incredibly long-lasting. It was a massive bestseller, it won awards, and way more importantly, it's become a cultural touchstone. For so many people, this book was their very first doorway into the world of science. And this is probably the most crucial part of its legacy. Before Cosmos, a lot of these deep scientific ideas felt trapped in universities or stuffy academic journals. Sagan helped tear down those walls. He proved that you could talk about complex, cutting-edge science in a way that was accessible, exciting, and absolutely thrilling for everybody. Now, of course, you might be thinking, hey, some of the science from 1980 has to be outdated. And you're right. We've discovered exoplanets, dark energy, so much has happened since then. But it's better to think of the book as a historical snapshot. The specific numbers might change, but the core message, the foundational ideas, and that philosophical spirit, they're as powerful today as they ever were.
Because just look at the questions this book tackles. These are the biggest questions we can possibly ask. Where do we come from? How do we know what we know? These are fundamentally human questions, and they don't have an expiration date. Cosmos isn't just about the science of 1980. It's about the timeless human quest for knowledge and for meaning.
You know, in the end, Carl Sagan's greatest gift with Cosmos wasn't just giving us information, it was giving us inspiration. He reminded us that at the very heart of all discovery is this profound sense of wonder. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought for our world today, which is just flooded with data, right? In an age of endless information, what is the real value of just looking up at the sky and feeling pure, unadulterated wonder?